Number 5, evaluate the following. So part A says 12.98 plus 12.7. And here we just have to line up the decimals. So 12.98 plus 12.7. Okay, if it helps, you can add the 0 right here. So that 8 and 0 in the hundredths column adds up to 8, the 9 and 7 to 16. Okay, make sure you line up the decimals again. Okay, and then we have a 2 plus 2 plus 1, which is 5, and 1 plus 1, which is 2. So 25.68. Okay, for part B, we do not need to line up the decimals, although they naturally will in this example. Okay, so take 3 multiplied by 5, that's 15. Okay, and then 3 times 7 is 21, plus 1, which is 22. Okay, and 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5. Okay, now we're going to look at the number 2, which is in the tens column, so we have to add a 0. Okay, and 2 multiplied by 5 is 10. And 2 times, actually I'll change my color here, so this is a little bit more obvious. Okay, so 2 times 5 is 10. Alright, and there's that one there, and a 0 is here. And we have 2 times 7, which is 14, plus 1, which is 15. Okay, so there's the 5, and there's the 1. And then 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. Okay, and now just adding this together, we have 5, 2, 10. So there we have 4,025. But now we got to look at the number of decimal places we have. So we have 1 here and another there. So that's 1 decimal place and another decimal place, and that's a total of 2. So let me just write that here. That's 2 decimal places if we add them together. Okay, so we're just going to move this over 2 places here, and that's our answer, 40.25. Okay, so for the next question, it's 9.001 subtract 1.009. Okay, this one was a little tricky for some students. Okay, so we line up the decimals and we want to take 9 away from 1, which we clearly can't do. So then we want to borrow, as I prefer saying, I like to steal, okay, from the other place values. But the problem is here is that we don't have anything right beside it with the 0. Okay, so we have to go all the way over to the 9. Okay, so if we have a 9, we take 1 from there. Okay, that's going to be 8. And now we have 10 tenths, which give you that 1 whole from the 9. Okay, so we still don't have 9 to take away from the 1. So now we got to also cross off that 10 and take that over to the hundredths. Okay, so really we have 10 hundredths now. Okay, but that still doesn't help us with the thousandths column. Okay, so we have to take 1 away from there again and give that to the thousandths. Okay, so now we have 11 thousandths subtract the 9 thousandths, okay, which is 11 minus 2, which is just 2. Okay, and now looking at the hundredths place value, we have 9 subtract 0. And in the tenths place value of 9 subtract 0 again. Okay, line up that decimal, and now in the ones column we have 8 subtract 1, which is just 7.992. Okay, and now lastly we have 10.8 divided by 0.27. Okay, so we can write that like this. Okay, and what we want to do here is make sure that the divisor does not have that decimal place anymore. So we can multiply by really to see what's happening here. Okay, we're just multiplying the numerator and the denominator by 10. All right, so multiply this by 10. Oh, sorry, by 100. Okay, to get rid of that decimal, and that would move it twice over. Okay, we have to add a 0 here so that we can do this. So we really just have 27 going into 1080. Okay, and on the side, okay, I encourage you to just do some of your work separately from the problem. You can play around. Let's say if you weren't sure and you're just like, okay, well maybe 27 times 3 will work. Okay, so you do 7 times 3, because let me just slow down there. So we want to see how many times 27 goes into 1. Okay, and it doesn't work there. How many times is 27 going to 10? It doesn't work there. So how many times is 27 going to 108? Okay, so let's say we guess with 27 times 3. Well, 7 times 3 is 21, and 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2, which is 8. And you're like, okay, well, maybe that will work, but let's try 27 times 4. Okay, and 7 times 4 is 28, and 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2, which is 10, and that actually perfectly matches. So we can just put a 4 there. Okay, so 27 times 4, which is 108. Okay, and bring down the 0, and well, 27 goes into 0 times. So the answer is just 40. And that's that.